GDPR is under attack. GDPR stands for General Data Protection Regulation. This is the most powerful privacy law on earth. And right now, in Europe, big tech is spending record amounts of money trying to dismantle it. GDPR is a law the European Union brought in 2018. It gives people in Europe some level of protection around how your personal data is stored, used, and sold. It forces organizations to be transparent and responsible with that data. Under GDPR, you can demand that companies hand over every scrap of data that they have on you. And if they don't deliver that data, they face huge fines. That's why corporations hate it. It forces them to obey us for once. GDPR means that your data is in your control. Companies cannot just take it, scrape it, sell it, and use it without your knowledge. In Europe, under this legal framework, consent needs to be acquired and clear. So no more sneaky tick boxes or buried in the hidden terms agreements. You have to actively agree. They hate that. It gives you the right to know. You, this morning, can ask any organization you want for all of the data that they have on you and why they're keeping it. You have a right to be forgotten. You can email one of these companies today and demand that they delete your data. This legal framework forces these big companies to keep your data secure. If they lose it in a hack, they have to tell you. And if they break any of these rules, regulators can fine them up to €20 million or 4% of global turnover, whichever is higher. Europe didn't invent these privacy laws just to annoy big tech. They came from our bitter history. The Nazis used census data for deportation and murder. They kept files on every aspect of everyone's life. And after that, Europe built privacy into human rights law. And in 1995, the EU passed the first Data Protection Directive. By the 2010s, big tech was vacuuming up your personal data at a scale never seen before. Social media profiles, Google searches, Google map locations, smartphones tracking you 24/7. So in 2018, GDPR was brought into force, and it gave ordinary people new rights in this new, complicated legal landscape. In the United States, there is no GDPR. And so now there's a whole class, a whole industry of data brokers. Data brokers are people whose job is to buy and sell your personal data. They sell your medical records, your purchases, your political views, whether you're pregnant, how your child behaves. And they use that data to set your insurance rates, deny you credit, manipulate democracy. Cambridge Analytica, the 2016 election, that's the model that big tech wants to import into Europe. On the 21st of May 2025, the European Commission revealed its Ombudsman 4 simplification package. The propaganda around this is that it's going to cut red tape for small businesses. And that administrative burden on these businesses, that's going to save $400 million a year. The GDPR attack is buried in this small business relief package. And on the surface, this seems like a positive thing. Cutting paperwork, digitizing processes, helping small businesses. But that's not what this does. All this does is introduce loopholes so that big tech and data brokers can exploit you in Europe like they get to in America. The packaging shields the immorality of this as if GDPR and critical records and oversight of big tech and undermining privacy is going to help small businesses grow. Bullshit. First of all, the category of small is up to 750 employees. It is not a group-wide figure either. Technically, Microsoft is a global company that has over 200,000 employees. Despite being a global giant, because Microsoft's Irish legal entity employs less than 2,000 people, it qualifies. That allows a company like Microsoft to get around GDPR. Technicalities. Don't care how many subsidiaries you create, you are the same company, You employ over 200,000 people. Same with X. Despite being a mega giant company, recent layoffs in Dublin have reduced X's staff to 300-ish. That means they too can get around GDPR now, if this goes through. This is a sleight of hand and a grievous attack on democracy. So who's doing it? This is Nick Clegg. He's the president of global affairs at Meta, and he has been using his political networks to lobby EU officials directly. Meta deploys him as the face of credibility. Meta, you have no credibility. You use robots to pick up children. This guy and his anti-regulation messaging played a key role in watering down and expanding exemptions, this Omnibus 4 simplification package. This is Regina Doherty. She's a Fine Gael politician, of course, and the current leader of the Senate. This woman is complicit in regulatory capture. She represents Dublin at the EU level. I am your constituent. You should be ashamed of yourself. When she was the Minister for Social Protection, she oversaw the unlawful expansion of Ireland's public services card system, a system that forced 3.2 million Irish people into biometric face recognition. She is a fascist. In June of this year, the Data Protection Commissioner in Ireland fined her office over €500,000 for the unlawful collection of biometric data. In 2019, her department had 3 major GDPR failures, and she personally interfered with the data protection officer's independence. Privacy experts in Ireland are calling for this woman's resignation. She is providing the political pressure and the public messaging for this attack on civil liberties.